in the shadow of the mesa where the wild oak trees grow. I remember her laughter like a creek's gentle flow. Beneath the sky of amber by the porch of withered wood, her eyes shone like the starlights where together we once stood. Her laugh stays in the whisper of the wind through the chimes, in the creak of old saddles, and in the church bell's distant rhymes. Though my boots tread on gravel roads and my heart roams wild and free, her laugh like a ghost dances round, forever haunting me. Time has worn the leather, turned the cabin's walls to gray, and the scarf she left behind fades more with each passing day. Rain has washed the trails where we walked side by side, but no storm can erase the paths etched deep inside. Her laugh stays in the whisper of the wind through the chimes, in the creak of old saddles, and in the church bell's distant rhymes. Though my boots tread on gravel roads and my heart roams wild and free, her laugh like a ghost dances round, forever haunting me. By the embers of the campfire, as the prairie night grows cold, I see her silhouette in the flames, dancing as of old. The stars above are silent, but they know the song I sing, of a love that's like the desert flower blooming each harsh spring. Her laugh stays in the silence of the dawn's breaking light, in the sway of the prairie grass under the moon's soft side. Though I wander lost and lonely through the echoes of my strife, her laughter is the melody, the lingering song of life. Wherever I might ride or lay my head beneath the stars above, in the quiet of the night I hear her laugh, I feel her love. Out here where the oak trees meet the sky, I found an old cabin where our love did lie. Underneath the porch, our initials still deep in the wood, in the shadows where old secrets keep. Oh, my heart wears the cloth of the dusty trail as the goodbye letter fades, the past turns pale. Sunset burns like the love we knew, gone with the wind where the wild horses flew. I remember her scarf hanging on that rusty nail now, just like the empty roads it's lost frail. The saddle where we rode, now worn and bare like the solitary echo of our old love affair. Oh, my heart wears the cloth of the dusty trail as a goodbye letter fades, the past turns pale. Sunset burns like the love we knew, gone with the wind creek sings softly of lost loves and schemes. Every whispering wind across the gravel worn speaks of a rodeo queen, my heart forever torn. Oh, my heart wears the scars of a dusty trail as the goodbye letter fades 'neath the moonlight pale. Stars above the plains guide this lonesome ride past memories' shadows where old loves abide. As the night whispers and the cold sets in, I know that in these hills part of me still spins. Goodbye letter fades, but her memory stays like the ghost of a waltz in those golden days.
In the chill of dawn where the oak tree shadows lay, my boots tread silent on the frost beneath the sky so gray. Their cold morning stood still by the creek that used to sing, with her scarf tied to the branch, whispering winds of spring. Oh, cold morning, frozen time in this hollow heart where we used to roam wild, now worlds apart. The echoes of your laughter drift with the dust in the sunset's glow, where love turned to rust. The cabin now empty where once love's fire burned bright, only cinders remain under the pale moonlight. Those gravel roads we wandered, faded trails long untrod, each step away from you, a silent prayer to God. Oh, cold morning, you frozen time in this hollow heart where we used to roam wild, now worlds apart. The echoes of your laughter drift with the dust in the sunset's glow, where love turned to rust. I've worn this old saddle, seen many a town, but your memory's the anchor that forever weighs me down. Underneath the vast sky, I am but a whisper, clutching at the breeze, the shadow of your whisper. Oh, cold morning, your ghost in the wind I chase, a heart bound to the past, a soul lost in its trace. With each setting sun as the cold shadows fall, I'm a man of many trails, but for you I'd forsake them all. In a town where the oak trees whisper inside, I recall her porch where the old swing still lies. Her eyes listen like the prairie to rain, knew all my joy and cradled my pain. We traced gravel roads under skies wide and vast, but like shadows at dusk those days they pass. Her eyes listen, but now they're roam far from my star, across empty cabins where wild memories are. In the silence of the wind, her laughter I chase, through the fading trails of her vanishing grace. The saddle sits dusty, my boots worn and old, in the room where her scarf holds the cold. The seasons turned ruthless, the oaks aged in grief, each leaf a story, each fall too brief. She left with the dawn like a phantom, a ghost, leaving echoes in the heart she knew most. Her eyes listen, but now they roam far from my star, across empty cabins where wild memories are. In the whisper of the trees, her soft verses I hear, but they're just fleeting shadows. She's no longer here. So here's to the trails that we once rode side by side. Now I wander them alone with the sunset as my guide. The land stretches out like the sorrow in my chest. In the quiet of this night, I admit I'm just a guest. Her eyes listen, and oh how my soul has tried to move past the pain to the other side. But in every dusty sunset and each star above, I find the beauty and the curse of an undying love. Her eyes listen, and I'm still learning to let go in this haunting quiet, where the cold winds blow. Out where the oak tree shadows stretch, neath the setting sun's fire sketch, there's a dusty trail that winds and haunts with the whispers of my love's soft taunts. We danced on gravel where the creek bends low, her laughter mingled with the river's flow. Oh, my heart, it rides these lonesome plains through whispering winds and unending rains. Each sunset bleeds like the scarf she wore, a memory fading, but mine evermore. Those timeless roads where our dreams did dance leave trails of sorrow and lost romance. Cabin's empty, the porch swings alone, echoing footfalls, a ghost in the bone, where wildflowers dared to claim the land. Her gentle touch vanished from my hand. So I ride past with the dust, my shroud, among these haunts where love once bowed. Oh, my heart, it rides these lonesome plains through whispering winds and unending rains. Each sunset bleeds like the scarf she wore, a memory fading, but mine evermore. Those timeless roads where our dreams did dance leave trails of sorrow and lost romance. In the silence of the night, I hear her call from the shadowed wood. times harsh decree can't steal the moment she shared with me. So I wander these roads under starry domes. A cowboy's heart finds no final home. The trails I ride with her memory fraught, in timeless road haunts forever caught. Oh, my heart, it bleeds beneath each star, chasing a love always near yet far. Where the oak trees shadow old gravel roads, I found her scarf by the creek where the wild water flowed. It danced in the breeze like a whisper from ghosts. In that quiet little town where I loved her the most. Oh, that scarf washed away in the cold silver streams, like the dreams we spun under the gold prairie beams. Now the cabins lie empty and the porch is all mown for a cowboy ride, fading trails alone. Years fell away like the leaves from those trees. Her laughter once filled up the autumn soft breeze, but time like a thief stole her warmth in the night, leaving just memories fading out of sight. Oh, that scarf washed away in the cold silver streams, like the dreams we spun under the gold prairie beams. Now the cabins lie empty and the porch is all mown for cowboy rides, the fading trails alone. Under the vast aching sky where the old river bends, I reckon hearts are like rivers, they twist and they win, but each turn they take, they're forever changed, like a scarf caught in currents, forever estranged. That scarf washed away with my heart's quiet pleas, lost in the dance of the whispering trees. The sun dips, the shadows claim the day's fiery glow. A cowboy drifts onward, letting go, but never hold. In the shadow of the oak, where whispers hang in the air, I found her scarf, a ghost in the wind, and fluttering without care. Wild land sprawled rugged and vast, beneath endless blue. In that quiet town by the creek, our love once grew. dusty trail, underneath the sunset where dreams and sorrow sail. Each step away from her, the earth moans soft and low, carrying my burden where only the lost winds know. Lonely porch swings creak, memories in each sway. Her laughter echoes in the valley, then fades away. Old cabin by the hill stands empty, doors ajar, like my heart vacant under the evening star. Oh, my hollow heart drifts on a dusty trail, underneath the sunset where dreams and sorrow sail. Each step away from her, the earth moans soft and low, carrying my burden where only the lost winds know. Rain washed the old roads, but not the trace of her touch. I wander with the rivers, but they flow too much. In the quiet of the night, with the stars speaking soft, I reckon my losses and the times we've lost. Oh, the trails I've walked, the places I've been, still carry the echo of our lost dreams. Oh, my hollow heart drifts, and maybe it's right to love the ghost of you each lonesome night. Out where the oak trees shadow old gravel road, she laughed under stars, her scarf catching the glow. By the creek where the water whispered secrets so low, her voice sank into my soul, sweet and slow. Oh, her voice was a melody, soft as the dust drifting over the plains with the scent of dry musk. But time like a thief stole her whisper away. Now I roam with her echo in the twilight's gray sway. The porch still creaks where we danced free of care, but the cabin sits empty, just cold, thin in air. Gone like the rain on a hot, dusty pane, left me with shadows and a heart full of pain. Yeah, her voice was a melody lost in the wind, fading fast like the light when the evening thinned. I reached for her warmth in the chill of the dawn, but turned to find the whispers of what's gone. Sometimes the scent or the way the wind moans brings me back to her laughter, her soft, gentle tone. Yet each sunset that bleeds into nights deep unknown reminds me some songs are too sweet to be held long. Her voice was the comfort I seek but can't hold, a memory wrapped in the warmth of her fold. As I sat on my horse and faced roads unknown, her voice sinks deeper in wild lands alone. mesa where the wild sage grows. I met her under that old weathered oak. Her laughter danced on the breeze, touching my soul. In that quiet town where the river winds slow. Her scarf a ribbon of red against the earth, twirling like a promise in the early morn's birth. But those eyes, the ones that shone like desert stars, now just a memory in my lonely heart's bars. Her eyes fell apart like rain on old clay, leaving colors running, washing dreams away. On empty porches where we once said our part, now only whispers stay, and her eyes fell apart. The years have tumbled like leaves in the wind, and the trails we rode have grown over and thin. The cabin we dreamed in now abandoned stands, a monument to love's labor lost to time's sands. The saddle hangs heavy, dusty and warm, like the heart in my chest, weathered and torn. Those gravel roads knew the steps of her boots, now they're silent as my old forgotten lute. Her eyes fell apart like rain on old clay, colors bleeding out, turning vibrant to gray. Where laughter echoed, now the silence takes part. She's gone with the wind, and her eyes fell apart. In the hush of the night, I stare at the stars, searching for her face in the moon's gentle scars. With the wind as my companion and the dust as my friend, I whisper secrets to the shadows as I mend. Her eyes fell apart like dusk into night, each star a teardrop she left in her flight. On these long roads where my soul can't restart, I carry her memory as her eyes fell apart. Her eyes fell apart. Her eyes fell apart.
Out where the oak tree shadows crept, by the old cabin where we first wept, the wind's a soft whisper of your laugh, echoes of you in the photographs, dusty boots by the door, worn and bent, your faded scarf holds your scent, an empty porch swing sways in vain, the sun dips low, calls your name. Hollow heart haunts these wildlands know, your whisper in the rain, your shadow in the snow. On every lonely gravel road I wander torn apart, every sunset bleeds through my hollow heart. flame, now the ash is cold. The stories we told have grown old. From the mountains to the plains, all I see are places you walked without me. The saddle's empty on my mare. She's restless, feels you're not there. The trails we rode now overgrown. Without your light, without my home. Hollow heart haunts these wild lands know. Your whisper in the rain, your shadow in the snow. Every twisted trail's a tale of us apart. Every sunset bleeds through my hollow heart. As the stars peek out and the night descends, I feel the weight of your absence again. But in the dark I see the truth in every star, in every moon. Hollow heart haunts, I'm a ghost in this place. A quiet soul lost without your embrace. In the silence of the night, in the cry of the lark, forever wandering my hollow heart.
In the shadow of the oak tree where we carved our name so wild, there's an echo of laughter, of a love unreconciled. On that old porch found the scarf you wore, now gray and frayed. It dances with the ghostly wind where our promises once lay. Goodbye letter closed her eyes, then dirt that turned to Christ. Whispers miss the wind-swept plains, saddle of my heart's remains. Every dusk bleeds into night where your shadow used to lie. Goodbye letter sealed with a sigh in a vast unending sky. Gravel roads whisper stories through the dust of my old boots. Every step a memory, each path a root of deeper roots. But time has swept the corners of the cabin where you smile. Rain has washed the trails where once our hearts ran free and wild. Goodbye letter closed her eyes, then Duvat turned to cries. Whispers midst the wind-swept plains, saddle of my heart's remains. Every dusk bleeds into night where your shadow used to lie. Goodbye letter sealed with a sigh in a vast unending sky. Now I roam through empty lands where your laughter filled the air. Sunsets paint my solitude, a canvas dark and bare. Yet in the silence neath the stars your face in dreams appears, holding on to a ghost of love drowned within my silent tears. Goodbye letter closed her eyes, farewells under twilight skies. Every memory fades to gray on the trails I walk astray. In the heart of every night I find your eyes, my fading light. Goodbye letter, love untied with every lonesome starlit stride. in the dandelion field, under sky so vast and blue. I remember the gold in her hair and the dreams that once flew. We danced through the whispers of grass where the oak trees knew our names. Her laughter mingled with the breeze, now it's just the wind that remains. Oh, my heart rides the trails of yesteryear, through fields where the dandelions disappear. The sun dips low like my soul in the evening's hue. Every sunset brings me back to the dandelion field I rode through. The oak is older, the porch is worn, the town's a quiet shade, where gravel roads and empty cabins cradle memories that fade. That scarf she left still smells of rain and dust from the summer's end. My reflection alone in window panes keeps the company of the wind. Oh, my heart rides the trails of yesteryear, through fields where the dandelions disappear. The sun dips low like my soul in the evening's hue. Every sunset brings me back to the dandelion field I rode. There's an ache in the saddle, a silence in the breeze. A cowboy's heart knows no ease. I drift like tumbleweed where the wild rivers flow, bound to the land with the love I can't let go. Oh, my heart rides the trails of yesteryear, through fields where the dandelions disappear. The sun dips low like my soul in the evening's hue. Every sunset brings me back, but never close enough to the dandelion field I rode through. Where I left my love, where I hide my truth.
In the shadow of an oak where the wild rivers bend, I first saw her silhouette as the daylight did wane. By an old wooden porch, laughter danced in the air, and her scarf caught the breeze like a whispered prayer. Oh, the silence washed away by the sound of her name. Rivers run, but memories, they never do fade. Like the dust on my boots, her love clings to my soul. In the heart of the wild, she made what's broken feel whole. Now the cabin sits empty where once love's fire burned bright. Gravel roads long forgotten under moon's mournful light. The trails we once walked are overgrown, lost to time, and the echo of her footsteps is a ghost in the pines. Oh, the silence washed away by the sound of her name. Rivers run, but memories, they never do fade. Like the dust on my boots, her love clings to my soul. In the heart of the wild, she made what's broken feel
feel home. Underneath the vast prairie sky, lay down my weary head. Every star a story, a memory of words we once said. But the wind shift and change, as all seasons must do. Still every whispered wind seems to bring me back to you. So the silence washed away, but her echo remains in the rustling leaves, the pouring rain. As the sun dips low and the shadows grow tall, her memory's a melody that softly recalls. Oh, the silence washed away, yet forever she stays in the heart of the wild, across timeless days.
Underneath the oak tree's weathered limb, where the porch swing used to rock in the wind, your scarf tied to the gnarled bark, keeping watch like a lighthouse in the dark. I remember how the dust would dance to the slow sweet tune of our summer romance in that old cabin with its creaking doors, where our shadows stretched across wooden floors. Oh, the porch burns in the setting sun, all the golden years we once walked upon. Now the wind whispers through empty rails, carrying tales of our love grown pale. Years have turned gravel to overgrown grass, and the trails we walk now memories past that swing hang silent, no laughter rings, just the ghost of your giggle and the sadness it brings. The rains came and washed away the footprints we left on the sun-baked clay, and I ride these plains just a shadow alone, searching for a heart that once felt like home. Oh, the porch burns in the fading light, echoes of footsteps disappearing into the night. Now the wind moans through broken seams, stirring the dust of our shattered dreams. By the hearth where our fire once roared so bright, now only cold ashes remain in the night. Yet in every spark that once flew so high is a star I see when I look to the sky. So the porch burns and I whisper your name, the flames of what was, not the embers to blame. Still the wind carries my lonely sighs underneath these endless starlit skies. The porch burns and so does my heart on this lonesome land where we're worlds apart. Yet hidden every sunset that bleeds and dies is the color of your eyes.
In the shadow of the oak, where the wild rivers bend, lies a memory of you and the whispers of the wind. Your scarf still blue as the wide open sky flutters silent on the porch where we once watched days die. And the ghosts listened as I called out your name through the crackle of leaves and the soft falling rain. In the heart of the night, under stars we once knew, the echo of your laughter and the silence that grew. Now the trail's overgrown, where we rode side by side, empty cabins, hollow roads where our promises died. That old saddle sits untouched, collecting dust and decay, like the love we left behind, fading more every day. The ghosts listened as I whispered goodbye to the dreams we had sown under that vast prairie sky. Now the wind speaks your name with a sorrowful sigh in the places we wandered where my lone heart still lies. By the light of a fire with the cold in my bones, see your face in the flames. Here's a soft undertone of a song we once sang, now a lonesome sound. It's a trail I walk alone where my hope is earthbound. As I cried through the night, holding shadows close in the fading firelight. But the rivers keep flowing like the tears that I've shed, and the ghost of what was never leaves my head. In the whisper of the oak, under starlight so grand, you're a memory that lingers in the ghost-ridden land. With each sunset that bleeds over mountains so vast, I'm a cowboy who wanders, tethered still to the past.
Under the shadow of an old oak tree, where we carved our names so wild and free, the land stretches out like the sorrows I found in the quiet towns where our dreams were bound. There's a scarf you left on the weathered porch rail, flutters like a ghost in the cold north gale. Storm tied down in the folds of your scarf, every gust winds the ache around my heart. Raindrops fall like the tears I've known on the lonely trails where you've gone and flown. Storm tied down in the whispers of the past, bound to a love that was built to last. I walk these roads, dust stirs beneath my boots, past empty cabins with their silence disputes. The sunset bleeds like it knows my mind over gravel roads to the life I left behind. The saddle's worn where you once rode beside, now it's just shadows that with me ride. Storm tied down in the folds of your scarf, every gust winds the ache around my heart. Raindrops fall like the tears I've known on the lonely trails where you've gone and flown. Storm tied down, but the skies, they never
trapped in chains, every memory soaked with the prairie rains. I'll ride this land where the wild winds blow, holding on to a ghost I can't let go. Storm tied down like the echo of your laugh, a cowboy's tale scattered like chaff.
In the shadow of the oak, where the wild daisies grew, she laughed under sunsets, painting skies a dusty hue. Her scarf a streak of crimson against the fading light, lingers in my memory like the last whisper of night. Old Porch Creek with secrets as we watch stars align, her whispers in the wind forever etched in time. Her goodbye whispers haunt the gravel roads I roam, echoes of a love now just a ghost in my bones. Each town feels empty like the cabin we once knew. Underneath the starry sky, her words were my truth. Years have turned like pages in a book worn and read. The oak tree stands alone, the daisy's long since dead. Rain taps on the saddle where she once sat by me. Now it's just a leather throne for dust and memories. The trails we blazed together, now faded, overgrown, left me wandering these hills, a cowboy all alone. Her goodbye whispers haunt the gravel roads I roam, echoes of a love now just a ghost in my bones. Each town feels empty like the cabin we once knew. Underneath the starry sky, her words were my truth. Sometimes in the silence, before the dawn breaks anew, I swear I feel her presence in the chill of the dew. Yet every sunrise teaches what I didn't know I'd miss. The warmth of her goodbye, the eternity in her kiss. Her goodbye whispers soft as shadows in the gloam, a melody of heartache, the anthem of my own. As twilight claims the heavens and I settle in the night, her love's a distant echo, a fading trail of light. Underneath the starry sky, where dreams dare not lie, her whispers guide me still on this lonely cowboy ride. dogwood blooms meet dusty trails of yore, under the shade of an old oak tree by the cabin with the creaky door. There where the sunset bleeds into the earth and sky, that's where I remember her, where our love did lie. She wore a scarf of scarlet, it danced upon the breeze, a laughter light as raindrops whispering through the leaves. A wagon wheel closed her eyes as the twilight fell, her whisper soft as the wind in the silence of my spell. Lonely is the saddle and empty is my bed. Wagon wheel closed her eyes and all her dreams were said. Years have rolled like river stones, worn smooth and sent downstream. The oak trees grown, the cabins aged like the edges of a dream. Gravel roads are overgrown, the trails don't know my tread. The fire's cold and the porch is still, but her memories never fled. The scarf I keep a token, it's faded by the sun, just like the love I hold for her, a battle never won. A wagon wheel closed her eyes as the stars began to spread, her voice an echo fading over words we never said. Lonely is the saddle and empty is my bed. Wagon wheel closed her eyes where our love was softly shed. Now I roam these lands, a shadow in the dust, a cowboy with his heartstrings tangled up in rust. I've learned that love's a ghost town, a whisper lost in breeze, a scarf caught in the branches of weathered lonely trees. Wagon wheel closed her eyes and the night sky turned to gray, her memories a melody in the twilight I replay. Lonely is the saddle and heavy is my head. Wagon wheel closed her eyes and with them all was said. Wagon wheel closed her eyes, oh the price of love we pay, on the lonesome roads we wander forever and a day. In the shadow of the oak, where the wild rye hides, I first saw her silhouette against the amber tides. Her laughter mixed with wind, playing through the scars, dancing along the gravel paths where our love was carved. Oh, the rye hides secrets in its whispering sway, memories like dust kicked up and blown away. With every sunset's glow, I feel her near, yet as night descends, so does my deepest fear. Years have worn the saddles and the porchwood sighs, echoes of her footsteps under stormy skies. The cabin stands empty, the trail's overgrown, finds her whispers in the breeze, and I'm clinging to the whispers like the oak to its leaves. In the twilight's mercy, I may never understand if it's in my fate to hold her, or just her memory in the land. In the whisper of the prairie, neath the endless dome of blue, I found a dusty cabin where the wild columbines grew. There we carved our names in oak trees as the sunset turned to gold. Your scarf caught in the breeze, dear, in the days of old. Starry night flew with your laughter across the plain so wide. Now each star a silent witness to the tears I've tried to hide. In the hush of lonesome wind, I hear you call my name. Starry night flew with my love, but my heart ain't been the same. Years have worn the leather of the saddle where you rode. Gravel roads less traveled now with grassy overgrowth. Old porch creaks and silence, no more stories to unfold. Rain taps on the window, how cold this world has grown. Starry night flew with your laughter across the plain so wide. Now each star a silent witness to the tears I've tried to hide. In the hush of lonesome wind, I hear you call my name. Starry night flew with my love, but my heart ain't been the same. By the oak I stand alone, where once we danced till dawn. Each leaf a memory fading like the echo of a song. If time is a healer, it's a slow and silent thief, stealing every moment with this aching bittersweet. Starry night flew with your laughter, now just echoes in the breeze. I walk these empty cabins where your shadow used to tease. With every setting sun, I feel you slip away. Starry night,